NASA has located space-time gates and portals, confirming what the ancient Greek Homer said and wrote 3,000 years ago. Those of us who are fans of science fiction movies, and particularly fascinated when we see in the movies the ships or people passing through space-time portals and traveling huge distances in a short time, as well as in other time periods, but are not space-time portals a science fiction scenario after all. In December 2012, NASA confirmed their existence with an announcement, although the discovery is still at an early age. And this is what Stathis Gliatzis writes. He says, specifically, researcher Jack Scudder, University of Iowa, in a NASA-funded program, found a way to locate them. He said we call them X points or electron diffusion regions. He explains, and he says he's a plasma physicist at University of Iowa, and Scudder says these are places where the Earth's magnetic field connects to the Sun's magnetic field, creating a seamless pattern that leads from our planet to the Sun's atmosphere 93 million miles away, which is 1 AU. According to the NASA report, the observations of the spacecraft Themis and the cluster detectors of Europe show that the magnetic gates open and close dozens of times every day. They're located a few tens of kilometers away from our Earth, so that's not far at all, where the Earth's magnetic field meets the solar wind. Tons of energetic particles flow through the openings, heating the upper layers of the Earth's atmosphere, causing geomagnetic storms and the appearance of northern lights and southern lights. NASA launched the mission MMS in 2014 to study the phenomenon. The 4 spacecraft of the program are equipped with active particle detectors and sensors and will be spread in the Earth's magnetosphere by studying the gates, but there is a problem finding them. Magnetic gates are invisible, unstable, and uncertain. They open and close without warning, and there are no indications of guidance. But in reality, as Scudder notes, there are. The gates are formed through the process of magnetic reconnection. Lines of magnetic forces are mixed by the Sun and the Earth and joined together to form apertures. The X points are where the intersection takes place. The sudden involvement of magnetic fields can push jets of charged particles from point X, creating an electron diffusion region. To find out how to locate those points, Scudder looked at data from a spacecraft orbiting the Earth for more than 10 years. Quote, in the late 1990s, NASA's polar spacecraft was in Earth's magnetosphere and was found at several X points during its mission. Using polar data, we had found 5 combinations of magnetic fields and active particle measurements that tell us when we reached a point X or an electron diffusion region. The single ship with the right instruments can perform these measurements, he said. This means that a single member of the MMS mission, using diagnostics, can detect a gateway and alert other members. The mission planners believe that it may take a year or more for MMS to learn how to locate and study such gateways. The existence of these portals had been known since antiquity. Specifically, Homer mentions this, quote, automatically the gates entered the sky, which the hours have, because they have been assigned the big sky and Olympus to open with a dense cloud and close, end quote. This is from Homer Iliad Rhapsody 5, verses 741 to 751. Reference to space-time gates and portals are found in ancient texts and traditions of other peoples. There are reports of strange visitors, quote-unquote, who visited our planet passing through these stargates, and thus call them, the term is called stargate, from studies of ancient texts, from findings that have been found, as well as from records. It appears that there are, in many parts of the planet, space-time portals that are either natural or even artificial, that either they do not work today or we do not have the knowledge to activate these portals. The space-time portals are directly related to the Earth's energy grid. Now we know that in one of the Argonauts, the video before this one, there was a Greek program with scientists saying that yes, the ship of the Argonauts was actually a spacecraft, and the energy used was the electromagnetic grid of the Earth, the ley lines, and the energy of the Earth. So space-time portals are directly related to Earth's energy grid, as the scientists have now found. Around the Earth, there is the electromagnetic lattice, whose nodal points of the ley lines are located at geometric distances from each other. Something similar to what happened with the ancient Greek sanctuaries. 12 points of the planet electromagnetic lattice show particularly strong electromagnetic disturbances, while craft and aircraft and ships disappear in these areas as well. And these are in the Pacific Ocean outside Japan, between Crete and Libya, in the Mediterranean, in the Atlantic Ocean, the Bermuda Triangle, off San Francisco, and in the Indian Ocean, west of Australia, and also south of India, at the poles, north and south poles, south of the Cape between China and India in the Tibetan region, and in the Atlantic Ocean outside Uruguay. It's noteworthy that Greece has a huge number of these portals, 5,679 energy points, and a few dozen the entire planet. So most of them are located in Greece. In our research for these portals in Greece, we must take into account that there are areas with the name portal and gate, as mentioned, piles, as mentioned in the synthetic, piles or thermopiles, the hot gates or piles. It should be noted that here the electromagnetic phenomena occur near the Trikala gate in the village of Ropoto. The sea area of Pylos has not been randomly selected to place the Nestor telescope searching for neutrinos. Other areas where electromagnetic phenomena occur are the hills of Gorica near Volos, the caves of Davelis, Pendeli, and Olympus, where the Olympian gods were. There are reports of space-time portals for Yithio, Florina, and even the island of Patmos. Studies around the world show that there are space-time portals. Most notable are Lake Michigan, the Euphrates, Marca, Peru, Sri Lanka, Sedona, Arizona, Hellgate, ancient Hierapolis, Asia Minor, and also there were documentaries made on the History Channel concerning the Gulf of Aden in Yemen, Poland, Groningen, the Netherlands, Tennessee, Florida, Canada, Norway, Thailand, Moscow, Israel, Jordan, Lebanon, and Cyprus. Are there any underground gates? The answer is yes. During a search carried by a Nazi research team in the underground cave in Distomo in northern Greece during the occupation, it was found that they had found a space-time portal. A technical portal was created with a well-known Philadelphia experiment. Experiments to control space-time appear to be taking place at CERN, as well as various electromagnetic phenomena and appearance of space-time gates are observed in that area above the point where CERN is conducting their experiments. The first technical space-time portal was created by Tesla, according to the Serbian professor and scholar of Tesla's work, Dr. Velimir Abramovich. The Tesla Tower was a technical space-time gate. Human culture, with the level of knowledge it has, with what the public knows up to now, let alone what they hid from us, is able to know the existence of portals of space-time. And let's think of a culture is much more developed than ours. Not only will it know their existence, portals that is, but also how to use them by controlling or even technically creating a stargate time portal. Interstellar travel can be made possible in a reasonable amount of time. And this I've translated for you from a Greek article. Please leave your comments and thank you for your support. Finally, support my Patreon account. The daily posts are 5 videos daily, and they are totally different from what I have on my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for your support and that you find all my content so interesting. You'll find the Patreon account details in the description box below.